All right, hello everybody, and welcome to chess. We're going to be doing our very first placement match today. We're going to be playing rapid. I've been practicing 10 plus 5. I don't know that much about chess, but I'm going to try my darn best. We're going to open up with an e4. Opponent follows that up pretty quickly. Very good. I'm going to go ahead and apply some pressure to the pawn. I don't want to waste any time in the openings. He's going to defend. I'm going to go ahead and hit this move so that way I can set up for more aggression toward the middle. I don't know that much about chess. I just I just try to move, and in the early game it's all about survival, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so if I move here, this happens, then this happens, and I don't mind this line. I don't see anything too bad about this just yet. But then again, I have not followed this line through, so we'll see. I kind of like this, so that way I can continue the pressure and maybe get a knight trade going. Um, Other than that, I have a pretty nice way to attack the queen. I'm gonna go ahead and hit that. That seems decent. At the worst, I end up developing one of their pieces for them, and then I get to reposition my dark side bishop a little bit further up, which is definitely a positive for me. There we go. Hopefully I didn't set up any cool angles for them. I don't think I did. This isn't too bad. I think that this move might be on the table, depending on what they do next. It is their turn. I want to make sure I'm scared. I'm scared. This is my very first game of competitive chess. I've only played against like viewers and friends, and honestly, I've broadcasted my every single move to my opponents, just because that's how I end up playing a lot of the time. Is I say out loud what I'm planning, and you know that's not good. It's not how you win in chess. So we're gonna try not doing that and see how it goes. I'm just gonna go ahead and develop the knight here, because I need to make sure that I can stay on pace. I'm really bad at falling behind. That's one of my biggest weaknesses, I think. So if I can keep up in the early game and survive, then hopefully I can find a couple of cool angles, some tricks to play off of my opponent. Um, I don't know if I've really got any strengths. I can't say I do. I think defensively I'm a decent player. Maybe that might be it. I'm gonna go ahead and hit him up with one of these, which might activate the. I don't know. This seems okay because if I can continue to progress my pawn line, that would be quite nice. He's moving his knight. That's an interesting one actually. If I do this, what's his counter move? It wouldn't be either of those. I think he's got to move his. Oh, he's maybe. Well, I guess there's that. No, there's not that either. What does he have? He has this, which loses to that. Okay, so he's lost his knight here, by the looks of it. At least I certainly hope he has, unless I've missed something. But it seems like this knight has no viable escape here. That was an accidental line. But yeah, that's pretty nice. I don't mind that one bit. Think I've taken a piece of my opponent, Talmaida. Don't know where they're from or anything like that. But they're rank 1116. Yeah, he's finding out by the looks of it that he has lost his piece. Okay, so he's trying to give an avenue. We're just gonna go ahead and take that right away. And I don't mind this position. So he can go for that. He can go for that. I'm just gonna leave that where it is. We're looking pretty good here. I don't want to let him get a discovered attack there. I'm gonna go ahead and move this piece up and get this bishop out so that way I can maybe progress a little bit further there. So what's his angle? Is he going after this? I think that is the case. If that's what he wants to go after, I'll move my queen forward here. I don't really see any super scary discovered attacks or anything right now, thankfully. So we should be in relatively good shape, and this bishop will open up a decent line. Which he's got his own light side bishop defending, as well as the king if he needs to, but that's not really an intended attack styling. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it down there, and you know, hopefully it'll pay off. I don't know. I've got a really nice line here too. Maybe I should continue to keep it there just to deny the queen, but I do feel a little bit uncomfortable with my king in its current placement. So many thoughts racing through one's head when playing a game of chess, you know? It's a very, very difficult game. And at the end of the day, I just try not to blunder and hope my opponent does. I'm at the stage right now where I think that's kind of how I have to play. But, I don't know, maybe in time I can get a little bit better. I do see an attack on the queen here, which looks kind of nice. And I don't think it opens up any additional options for them. And they're burning time, which is good. That is pretty much exactly what I want. My pawn structure isn't too bad. I've got... Well, I mean, it's not great. I need to press this pawn up. This game is hard. I need to try and coordinate an attack on the king, but I find myself playing to just clear the board and then go into an endgame more often than go for aggressive attacks. You can see my opponent is really taking their time on this one. But, you know, I'm up a piece, down a pawn. I would say I'm in a pretty decent spot. Overall, need to just go ahead and view the situation, see what they have available to them. This gives them kind of like a discovery line with the queen, but I mean it's not attacking anything. I am a dark side king currently, so I mean if they could find a way to deal with that, but I don't think they've got anything. Let's see here. So that goes here, and then they've got an attack on that or that, but it's defended. So I might even let that happen if they want to go that route. Their dark side bishop is hemmed in, thanks... Oh wait, light side bishop is hemmed in, thanks to the position of their pawns and dark side bishop. I don't know. I don't know what the move is here, but I definitely think my next move is going to be this. I can't really see anything too much more beneficial than that. Getting some pressure on that queen is pretty huge. Let's see. Maybe I gotta calm down for a moment. Just breathe. You know? And going nonstop on this game. Okay. Yeah, I picked up chess recently. I've been having a very good time with it. What are they looking to open up with this? I guess they take that pawn to pressure my knight. And my knight could go here. So it's not that bad. Or I can take with my knight. So that's a hanging pawn anyway. Unless I move here. In which case, then I can't take back. But their queen's also in danger then. Let's do that. I like that move. And hopefully this isn't a bait to get my queen to go here. After they move their queen. Well, not there, obviously. That would be a pretty bad spot. Okay, so now I get a beautiful discovered attack on their queen. Can I fork anything in the process? So I can do this. And they take here. I can do this. Or I could just move back. Would be the defensive play. I could get a bishop out of this in the long term, so I think that's a trade that I want to do. And I think this applies, like, pretty large amounts of pressure. Because now I've got their queen being attacked by my light side bishop. If I can get an early queen, that would be great. And it's possible. I don't know what 1,000 players are like. They might not see the queen attack. And so they went for the... Okay, well there you go. That's my first game of chess. I mean, what can I say? I feel like I played a solid game and my opponent blundered. I don't have very much time to record here, so I think I'm just gonna leave it at that one. Let's go ahead and do a quick look at this, see if I made any big mistakes. It looked like the whole time I was about even. They kind of disliked. Hang on, let's dissect. They wanted me to move the bishop to attack the knight. I don't like doing this move normally because, I mean, I'm not gonna take that knight. Let's be honest. Why would I take that knight? And just I guess it's to get the early castle. Yeah, because I was locked in with the king in the center the whole game. So that I guess that would have been a reasonable play. I don't know opening names. I don't know what this is. But I did something right, obviously. And were there any moves that my opponent really blundered? Let's see. They hated that bishop move. Interesting. They wanted me to meet so that way I couldn't get the queen on the board early, I guess. Like that. Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. They could have played that very differently. But overall, I just played a solid game, and it was a huge blunder not taking there, because that allowed me to move up there and pressure the knight. Okay, very good. Very good. I made 0 blunders. I feel like my opponent didn't really force me out of my comfort zone at all. Alright, hello, we are going to be going in for another game of chess. It's been a couple days since I've done my first placement match, and I think it's time we go into the next one. Last time I won off of a queen blunder. This time, I'm not really sure how things are going to go. I'm not terribly out of practice. I've done a couple games as of late. We're up against a 1452. We're going to go ahead and play the Caro Con, or at least the first 2 moves of it. I don't really know how to transpose from there, but we'll just play it out and see how it goes. This is definitely going according to his plan so far, which is fine. Where do I want to go from here? I really got to think about this a little bit ahead of time. Let's see. Oh god, we're just gonna meet, and I don't know how I feel about this play here, but he's already got a slight time advantage. I'm scared. I'm scared because this guy knows at least his opening. I really don't know openings. I generally just try to survive and hope that I can adapt to the given situation. He's getting his knight out. I definitely think I need to get mine out. With this pawn forward, he can't push with that any longer, which is nice. If I can get some pressure onto this pawn, that would be good. It's only defended by the knight currently. So, one way of doing that would have been to obviously try to pressure with the bishop, with the bishop, then I get to attack the pawn in behind. I don't really have that availability for me right now. He is going for some additional pressure here. If I go here, he goes here. Then I can take, and he would take here. So I think that's a fine play. Yeah, that works perfectly fine for me. I could try to build up some pressure that pins the knight pretty nicely. I think that's a decent play. I'm gonna go for that. Hopefully I'm not throwing anything away just yet, and I definitely need to continue developing my pieces. It's a scary situation. Okay, so he's got his bishop there. He's gonna look to move his knight right here. I think that's pretty much the only place he can move it. So he wants to get a discovered attack in the hopes... Well, let's see here. So if he goes here, then I can just take there. And where else can he go? I think that's pretty much the only place he can go. So I'm not going to worry about that angle at all. And we're just going to go ahead and push our bishop up. It means that we don't have a spot for our knight, which is something that I should have potentially considered. But I'm not too worried about it just yet. I'm a little bit afraid of this current position, but we're going to push up with our queen here because I don't want him setting up on us. He might be able to do this, but I can go here, and then I can pressure potentially this square here, which wouldn't be too bad. Although I guess he's still got the king available there, so I definitely don't want to gambit my queen away like that. That's dumb. I'm scared. I'm in an awkward spot, but I'm sure we can find something. And at least the spot is making him think a little bit. Let's see what he's trying to pressure here. That's definitely not an angle that he can go for, but he's trying to cut me off on this path here. I can potentially use this angle. That's fairly clean. So I've still got escape paths and whatnot, which is nice. We could go after the queen a little bit with our light side bishop, but we're going to need a little bit more pressure first. I think... Oh man, I need to let out some pieces. I'm definitely like really hemmed in right now, which is a struggle. But we're gonna continue moving this this knight. It's pressuring this right now, which is not too bad. I don't know which side I want to send my king out to yet. So he's got the discovered attack with the bishop now. and he's defending his bishop with multiple different angles, which is fine. So I definitely need to move my queen somewhere else. I am going to pick... Let's see, this actually is a pretty important choice. So we don't want to go there. That's dumb. Don't want to go there. That's also dumb. I think we're just going to hit right here, which could result in one of those, but that really doesn't make much of a difference to me. We can't take this pawn like we might want to do. That is something that is on my list, is taking out that pawn at some point. Okay, so he's continuing the pressure with the bishop. That is fine. I don't know. How far do I want to retreat? The question. I could go all the way back, or I could just keep this line open. This is a tricky one because we're losing turns with the queen here. I don't want to lose any more turns because my queen's in danger, so we're gonna go ahead and bring her back for the time being. My development has been pretty slow, but I would say his is about the same speed, so it's not too worrying. My dark side bishop is in just so deep. He's in a lot of trouble. Okay, well, this changes things. I really, really want to try and get an attack going here. I don't know how that castle turns out, but it doesn't look ideal, that's for sure. And I'd like to break this line. I could move this up. He would have to take and then take and counter take. Let's see. Got to try and form an attack. I think at the end of the day, this might be an okay move. I still hate it. I want to pressure this point here. So we're going to go ahead and... this doesn't hang a pawn because it's defended by the rook. And then we can reinforce with the bishop and hopefully get a sweet pin on these three right here. We just need to start to try and formulate an attack. Okay, so he's... I don't know, that's an odd play. I'm happy to do that. I don't know really what his follow-up is here, because he's got a lot of pressure on that queen right now, which is really good. I like my position now. I was a little bit worried at first, but he's really hemmed himself in. And positionally, I feel relatively strong. He could take my knight if I move here, so that is a decent move on their part. Interesting. So it'd be a knight for a knight. And then what would he do? I don't know. So that would check me, which is also really bad. So we need to let's get our other knight in play, and we'll try to get our castle going here. We've got some really nice pieces built up here defensively, so I don't mind that. And it looks like he is looking for this play here. So I don't really have anywhere to back off with my bishop, which is a real shame. I think I've trapped myself pretty heavily. So I need to find a way to pressure an important piece as well. We're going to take a moment to just try and puzzle this out. I think I put myself in a pretty bad spot overall. Where do I go to try and get some pressure? So I can try and pressure with my knight on their bishop. And then this takes, and then I take, and then they're really, really open. I just got to go with my gut because we don't have too much time to work with here. This is a 10+5 format. We'll see how it goes. I mean, this is still like very fast chess for me. I'm trying to get like better and better so that way I can play a little bit faster. But I'm willing to drop my light side bishop to a pawn so that way I can take their light side bishop, which is defending their king. And that way it prevents their queen's attack, and I can do a little castle maneuver. That seems pretty darn good. So this is really, really ugly for them. They have to take with this, or they got to move their king. If they move their king, then they're really, really limited on their movements. So this is definitely very favorable for me. Gambiting my bishop away is obviously not my favorite play. But, you know, that's what happens when you don't have the foresight to, you know, make an actually good play. Such as myself. Okay, but I do feel good about this move. He's gonna have to think about it. I'm interested to see what he comes up with. Playing against Ildario. Okay, so there's the take. That is gorgeous. Move the queen up here. He has to move his king here. So I want to get my dark side bishop active ASAP. But I think this is the turn to castle. I'm a little bit worried about my current positioning, but I need to make sure that this happens. I need to get my king out of harm's way, and part of doing that is taking a couple turns to move him. So I could potentially lose another pawn here, I suppose, and that would put some decent pressure on it. Well, would it? No, because that allows me to get my... So that I definitely want to take away this dark side bishop. That's huge for me. What's he trying to... What's he aiming here? So he wants this take. This is like a fairly powerful line here. And if he takes here, then I get to take here, and that lines me up way better, I think. I think I heavily prefer that. I could move here to pressure the knight, and that would ruin my position, so I don't need to worry about that. But we could also take this light side square here with the queen, or we could try and position the queen right here, which puts a lot of pressure on the king, because it really limits the amount of squares that they can go to. I think I like that. Let's do that. It's a little bit touchy because my king does have an exposed line here with the queen. And yeah, there's that take. We're going to counter take because that allows me to open up the bishop line, which is exactly what I wanted. So that way we can start to pressure the king some more. That is fine by me. Where is he going to go from here? I don't know. So, this is a little bit yucky. I think I'm going to start losing some pieces here, but I think the same could be said for them. So I could move this here to defend this this piece here, or I could get aggressive and move in here and take here. I think they're doomed to lose that piece regardless, so let's go ahead and open up with one of these, see how they react. And we're massively down in time and pieces. Things could be going a lot better, but I do feel that positionally we have some significant things going for us. I don't mind... Oh, I just lost my frickin' queen, didn't I? Yep, I did. I'm really dumb. Okay, well that's really bad. I've basically lost the game at this point. I've made a terrible blunder by making that move. I should have seen this coming. I knew that they had the queen move this whole time. I don't know. There's not really a good move here. I shouldn't go for a queen trade because, well, I guess I should. I don't know. I'm pretty freaking doomed at this point, I must say. All we've got is a pawn, or a bunch of pawns to work with. So let's start trading up, I guess. Or trading down, I guess. I don't know. I'm doomed. I am well aware of just how doomed I am now. I don't want to hang this pawn. And, yeah, I just opened up that line for him, which is pretty nasty. I think I lose this next turn. Yeah, well, I'm bad at the video game. Don't lose. Okay. Is there a winning position here for me? I'm not totally sure. I'm pretty sure I'm doomed. I've thrown this game. I apologize. It could have been different, I swear. I don't know. Let's see if he wants to take the trade. He's got like a million pieces up on me. I think I'll just go ahead and do us all a favor, and we'll resign. It was a GG. Well played. Let's go into the analysis board. I guarantee you my major blunder was purely on that queen move, and we were probably fairly close up to that point. I'm not sure for certain, but we'll take a look and see what they have to say about it. We'll do a little analysis, and then we'll probably go into another game. White side was winning the entire time, so I definitely didn't really stand much of a chance. Let's see where I blundered. They didn't like my initial move. They also didn't like. I guess this was fine. They didn't like that take either. Let's see what this line leads to. So the okay. I don't know how much I can glean from the early game stuff like that, but we'll carry on. So white has like a significant advantage. They're almost up a full piece at this point. I should have defended with the knight just to get a nice formation there. And obviously, whoops, that's not what they should have done. But yeah, basically I just made like a crap ton of inaccuracies and mistakes. I didn't make too many blunders, but it didn't matter because I made lots and lots of weird moves that they wouldn't recommend. Let's see. So this was like a major blunder because I could have taken with the pawn and they could have moved there, and obviously my queen or my bishop is still defending, and it would have allowed me to get a lot of tempo play going. So that's something that I should have done. Them feeding me that pawn, I knew it was a mistake, but I didn't capitalize on it properly. What did they think of my move? They didn't like it. It was a mistake. So there's that. And they also hated that. That was like my biggest blunder, interestingly. Why was it my biggest blunder? Because they get to move the pawn forward, which they saw. Because that my pawn is essentially, or my bishop is trapped in there. I reacted with this, which they should have done that too. Okay, interesting. Anyway, let's go ahead and hop into another game. Once again, I'm not that good at chess. I don't know very much, but I'm trying to get better. And I'm trying to get better purely by playing. At some point, maybe I'll look to some superior player for some assistance. I'm down to 1309. This time I'm white side. Let's just go ahead and move the classic e4 in response. Gonna go ahead and attack with the knight as well. I feel very uncomfortable on black. On white, it's not nearly as bad. Okay, let's go ahead and further reinforce preemptively. I don't know how they'll feel about this, but we'll do it anyway. And let's see, do we want to get another one of these going? I don't want to ruin my pawn structure by baiting a trade with the dark side bishop. That doesn't seem good at all. You know what? I think this pawn push is pretty good. I like that. Let's do that. This bishop's in a weird spot. And now I realize that I'm very dumb. Cool. Okay. Well, we're not taking with the queen, I'll tell you that much. So if we take this pawn, we lose from that, and then he's got that defended. Yeah, this is all bad play. So let's not toss good pieces after bad, and we'll just try to clean up as much as we can. This is also probably a bad play, but we're doing it anyway. And you know, we've got a lot of open space to work with here, and we're gonna try and keep this corner, I guess. We'll get this rook available, and we can actually take with our dark side bishop. This is a bit of a bait. What about this? They could react with this, and that's exclusively what they could do. And then what do I do in counter? I guess I could do that. Let's give it a try. They might not see the knight. Although I guess I shouldn't be banking on my opponents to make horrible mistakes like that. I don't know. Yeah, so there's the obvious play. We want to trade away the knight, or the bishop for the knight. So if I move back here, then they've got this as well, and I've just given them a ton of free development. We're just gonna take. I think it's a bit of a weird one, but it exposes this line, and they're like fully empty on that side of the board, which we can potentially take some massive advantage of at some point in the game. That's the hope, at least. If we go here, they do not have an answer, do they? Because they've got these pieces here, but I still have pieces not developed. So let's go ahead and take this line here. I think it's pretty strong. They don't have a way to stop me from castling, which is really nice. Okay, that's totally fine on my part. We're going to take our castle. Hopefully I didn't miss anything there. Their pawn structure is pretty busted up at this point. They've gone ahead and forked us. They're trying to ruin our structure right away here, which makes sense. Let's see. I think I might just have to let it happen, to be totally honest. We don't want to move our pawns up. If we move this up, then this take becomes really bad. But regardless, I think we're in a bit of an awkward spot. We want to start pressuring this line here, I think. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to head right here and get some pressure going with the queen. So if he takes here, if I go here, is that a mate in one? Let's see. I think he does just lose to that. Okay, cool. So we do have a battery built. If he wants to go that route, he can. But he chooses against it, understandably so. Okay. So from here, what's the move? If I can get rid of that pawn, that would be lovely. The move look like. Like I don't really have a good angle. Where do I want this knight? They've got some pretty crazy pieces all over the place. It's a struggle. Yeah, their defensive lines are pretty good. But I definitely don't want to leave this this knight here just waiting for bad things to happen. So we'll move him over here. At least defends that pawn a little bit further. That way the queen isn't the only... Or I guess both knights. We've got such a weird position. It's very strange. Not sure how to feel about it. Okay, so this is the next obvious move. So they... Well, is that an obvious move? I don't know. I guess this is also being threatened now, which is interesting. I could move here, and... if I move here, then they probably move this one. No, that they couldn't. They'd have to move this one. And then I could take. And I'm is that any good? No, because they've got their knight covering this too. I'm worried about falling into a trap here. At least this is a little bit more defended. Maybe we can force them to do something with their king. I imagine they're going to have to move one of these pawns, yeah. And that forks us, which is a shame. The play here. I feel like I've just fallen into a super mediocre trap that I already knew about. And I'm trying to find what the answer is at this point. Because this is just going to result in a whole lot of slaughter because of the pawns. They're just going to take a bunch of freebies, right? That's the thing. I think regardless of what happens here, I'm losing my my bishop. I might be able to salvage my queen at least. We'll do it. And we just have to make sure we make use of this tempo somehow. That's the thing. If you can even call it tempo at this point. I would argue it's turning into something else. Okay. So, we've got some forward pawns here. These pieces are defended. We've got... those are both off limits. This is the only safe place I can move my knight. Or sorry, my queen. Alright. Well, that's unpleasant. This could become a decent attack on the... Oh, wait, no, because he's got the queen there. God damn. God damn, I still make so many mistakes. I apologize. I feel like I just miss obvious things. And I'm just triggering everybody as we do it. Also, I realized that we're not proper full screen. There we go. There we go. Get a little bit more full screen, widescreen action here. See what Mohammed has planned. So he's looking to... Oh man, that is nasty. Okay, so if I move this up, he gets to take for free. So I need to move this rook out of the way. At this point, that is the best play we can do. Man, this is looking ugly. Okay, so let's make sure we get this rook out of here. That way we've got space to move. And we're just going to go ahead and place ourselves right here. And I need to get this king evacuated ASAP. This isn't looking good. So yeah, they're planning this take. And I don't think there's much I can do about it. Oh my god. Except for this. I think they have maybe perhaps blundered. I think this is maybe some accidental gigabrain mistakes. You love to see it. There's no way this isn't just like a giant mistake on their part. And now we've got potential double rook take. No, you will not take back. You've made your mistake, all right? I'm sorry. That's just how it is. People make mistakes in chess, all right? That's just how it is. All right, so now from here, where do I want to pressure? I can go down this way and go after the bishop, or I can just keep the pressure on and stay close. I think I probably want to go after the bishop here. We can retreat pretty handily. It's not that big of a deal. What are the other moves? I guess I could go here. And then what's his counter move? No, I lose to the bishop if I do that, so that's a terrible move. Okay. So there aren't too many available plays. I'd really love to get this unit out of here. I'm gonna go after the bishop here. It might be the wrong move, but I do have to just make moves. I don't have to make the perfect move every time. We just gotta make a decent move as often as possible. Gotta keep in mind that we're not playing at like top level chess. You're allowed to make a mistake or two and still have a chance at a comeback. I'd say that's fair game. I kind of like... Interesting. Okay, so he's going after the trade. I'm definitely not falling for that. We might start to pressure the bishop a little bit here. Where does the bishop go after I do that? So if he goes right there after I'm here, that's... Oh wait, no, I'll be going there. So that's a safe spot for him. Wait, no, it's not, because I got the pawn there. I'm dumb. I'm like, oh god, he's gonna start taking double turns. That's what I'm worried about, apparently. I'm worried about the queen doubling up on this square. So let's see here. It's tricky. We still need to get the king out, so let's go ahead and move the king. The king. A little bit worried about this move, but should be fine. We might want to move our rook up to this area here. Even if that does involve a trade. I don't know. I keep, like, missing obvious moves. I need to pressure this dark side bishop. And I'm willing to trade a knight to do it at this point. Having neither of my bishops this late in the game is pretty unfortunate. It's pretty strong to have bishops at this phase. Okay. So I was planning this move anyway. He also gets this for free. If I do that. Is there any, like, genius moves here? So if I move this up, he takes here, I take here, he should take here. But he hung his bishop here. So I think I just take the bishop. And I'll take the knight for the rook. That's fine. It's 2 pieces for 1. Maybe should have used the rook, but I'm still not happy with my king position. I guess I'm a little bit happier with it now than I was, even though I'm a little bit more exposed. I don't want to get back rank mated by the queen or something, but they've only got 1 rook against my units, so I don't really have too much to worry about. How do I feel about this move? I mean, they just get to take. I don't have any counterplay. I think we just take it slow. I think if we take this game slow, we should be fine. We're massively down on time, but I'm hoping that the rest of the game kind of plays itself. So let's do one of these. Just sack this to get things more open. I don't mind gambiting this pawn away. And if he doesn't take it, then I can potentially do some shenanigans. Okay. So with that, I can move this up here to pressure the bishop. This pawn is less defended now, but that's okay. We just need to keep pieces moving. That's the important part. I don't want to get run out of time. But I've definitely played this a lot slower than I should have, I think. Oh my god. I have found a way to lose my piece. Unless I move down 1, I guess. That's fine. That is acceptable. This pawn is defended from the queen still. Although he could take here, and then it would be a take-take. Okay. He's just letting me have the queen, I guess. Interesting move. He's gonna see it any second now, and he's gonna be really sad. He's gonna ask for a take-back, and I'm gonna decline, and then I'm gonna lose on time. No. We take those. You make a mistake, that's on you. Not gonna get better at the game if your opponent gives you free moves every time. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and free my rook. Oh, I think I might have it with the increments. I think we might be okay. I'm a little scared still. We just need to use our pieces. Okay, so let's go ahead and move over here. That's pressuring the bishop again. I'm just happy to simplify at this point. That's the best thing I can do. Okay, so he's doing weird stuff with his bishop. That's fine. We still don't get to take this. We gotta make sure we don't do anything too dumb here. Okay. So let's move up here. And we're gonna start advancing these pawns, I think. So we're gonna go here and then here as our next 2 moves. Most likely. Because he's got very few things that he can do. As long as we make sure we don't have anything too silly set up, we should be fine. I'm very scared because we've got not a lot of time for this late game. Not a lot of time indeed. Okay. So he has managed to make my knight in a very dumb spot. I'm almost tempted to let him take the knight. In fact, I'm going to let him take the knight. I don't care. Because that puts my my king on a light side piece. It's fine by me. And I think we can take the win from here because now this is an open lane. We do one of these. One of these. And one of these. One of them. He's done. Wait, I'm dumb? Oh, I'm dumb. Whoops. Frick. I just inted. That's so bad. It's fine. We should still be fine. Just gotta not make another mistake. Ah, what a stupid mistake. Somebody's real mad at me. I'm mad at me. The computer's mad at me. It's okay. We've still got everything under control, kind of. Weird move. I'm gonna go ahead and take there. All right, GG. GG. That was a scary, scary game. I'm sweating after that one. You would not believe. Oh my goodness. Let's go ahead and take a look at the oh my god, look at this stupid game. I literally threw it away at one point. I had a mate in 3 for ages, and I had a mate in 1 that I missed. Okay, I gotta learn a couple things this game. There was 6 blunders on my side, 7 blunders on the opponent's side. It was a swing game. There were some mistakes on both sides. Let's go ahead and start off at the beginning. You know, opening moves are acceptable up until this point, and they hate the shit out of this. I don't blame them. I'm literally down a piece and a half, and then I did that, and they actually didn't mind it that much. It was a whatever play. And then they did the one terrible move. And apparently I should have just taken there. Them further reacting is not a good play for them. Very, very interesting. At this point, this is like one of the highest points before I make any serious blunders. And then I do this. And what they should have done is that. I don't know why that matters. I guess because it defends, and I gotta worry about them continuing the pressure. I don't know, that's a whole lot of weirdness in there. Some computer strangeness that I don't understand. But I definitely think maybe I went in a little bit too early with my queen. I wasn't going to accomplish anything, and yeah, so let's see here. So they also hate this. What did they want out of me this turn? They wanted me to lose my pawn. Why? Why'd they want me to lose my pawn and have my knight threatened? Why is that the optimal move? Can someone explain that to me? If anyone knows why that's a good move, I would appreciate the knowledge gain. They hated this. They hated the shit out of this because I forked my own units. So that was... And then I further dug myself in. It's interesting. So I go here, then what? Why don't they... oh, right, because it defends! I wasn't forked. I could have continued defending. So if they went here, I would go here, and then they have to defend with their queen, and I get to take, and then they're on the back foot. So that would have been a much better angle to take. So they entered their rook away, and I missed it. They're like, and he's losing again. What an idiot. Oh, what a disgusting play. And then I'm like, oh, wait, he's dumb. And he continued to be dumb. And then I'm like, don't mind if I do. And from there, it was just actually, like, not bad moves up until that. So I could play the end game well enough, even though it was like a 1 minute thing. And then I just fucking lost. I fucking inted my queen to a pawn here, and he didn't notice. Oh, it was so much worse than I thought. I turned the game from a mate in 3 to a win, or to a draw rather. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I could have moved my rook here to get the discovered check, and then he has to move here, and then I get this, and then he has to move here, and then I get this, and then he loses. That would have been so much better. But I'm real bad at the video game, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I literally missed, like, every good move at the end of the game. Okay, well, if that's enough chess punishment for you, I hope you enjoyed. I'm so sorry you had to go through this. But, you know, we're 1,300 rated now. We'll see how this continues as we do our placements. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe. I play a game of chess every morning on my stream. Whoever gets there first gets to challenge me. If you want to just wipe the floor with me, come drop by. All right, thank you for watching. Have a good one.